So the BET Hip Hop Awards was cool. It was wonderful, one, because it was held in Atlanta, Georgia. And I love when things are held in Atlanta, Georgia, because I always get text messages from friends. Because they're like, they know I'm into all of that. They're just like,
okay,
are you here? We know you're going to be going. And actually, a lot of the viewers, if you don't know, the Hip Hop Awards was held 2 weeks ago, but it was aired last Tuesday.
Okay.
So the cool thing about it was I want to give a kudos to the Hip Hop Awards because they really did a good job merging the new age rap music with the old school rappers, which was nice. The show started out with DaBaby, Sexy Red, and DaBaby brought out Juvenile and Manny Fresh, which was very cool. I love to see that because a lot of times you hear a lot of old school rappers, not mixing well with the new age rappers and vice versa. So it was good to see that DaBaby gave love to them. He was like, man, salute to y'all. That was cool. Of course, the I Am Hip Hop Award. I'm a big fan of the producer, Marley Marl. He got the I Am Hip Hop Award. Rakim and LL Cool J did the tribute to him. He produced many songs for them, and they performed a lot of the songs that he produced. So that was nice.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this aspect too. So Def is going to celebrate their 30th anniversary in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I heard that was good.
And I was so upset. I was telling my friends, y'all know, if I could be there, I would be there. It was actually supposed to be this past weekend, but they've postponed it till the spring of 2024. So I was excited.
Gosh.
They announced it the day of the Hip Hop Awards. So I'm all like going crazy because I'm like, first of all, that's like, there's two concerts that I know as a music fan I gotta be at. One I've already attended, which was the Bad Boy Reunion Tour. Amazing. The next one's a So Def 30th anniversary. It's like, that's part of my childhood. So they performed, the Brat was there, Bow Wow of course was there, Them Franchise Boys was there, Bone Crusher came out. It was an amazing performance. Shout out to all of them that were there. Great job. And it was a great performance. That was one of the performances that I would say highlighted the actual show.
I did hear that was a super good performance.
And I know one thing you guys want to go into is the podcast of the year. So I'm going to let Missy take it away on this podcast of the year. Who it went to, and what do you guys think about it?
The only thing that I know is that the podcast of the year, Caresha won that category. I personally am super excited for her. I think she's doing really great things.
I like Caresha.
But I do know a lot of people had other things to say about it.
The City Girls also performed too.
Junior Leto, what was your opinion? You had lots to say off air.
He sure did.
Now it's cricket. Now it's crickets over there.
Nah, it's not.
Someone's on their phone.
No, what it is I'm trying to see.
I will say one thing before Junior comes and says what he has to say.
Go ahead.
One thing
I found it.
One thing I will say about Revolt TV. Shout out to them. I like that the different shows and the podcasts and the different platforms they have. They have Big Facts, which is great. They interview a lot of great people on there. They have Drink Champs, which is great. They do a lot of historic artists that you don't see every day because then they're not in the limelight anymore. And then you got Caresha Please. Caresha Please, I think one of the things, if you're not really into her platform, I think one thing she does really well is she's not afraid to say anything.
Nothing.
Like anything goes on that show. Sometimes I sit there and I watch her and I'm like, she did not just ask this man this question. And even the guests sometimes are like, whoa. So I think the people that embrace her, that's one of the reasons why. But go ahead, Junior.
No, I love Caresha.
It sounded like it was a disclaimer for Caresha Please.
What was the disclaimer?
About why people like Caresha Please. Felt like it was a disclaimer for why people like her.
Well, I know a lot of people don't feel that she deserved the podcast of the year award, and for me, I'm just saying I could see why, if they were to give it, their reason would probably be what I just said. That's why I can't.
Yeah, I mean, as I see, first of all, she's very talented. She's a good interviewer as well. And who else was nominated? What was Drink Champs, Hip Hop DX, $1 Million Worth of Game, Rap Caviar, The Breakfast Club, Joe Budden Podcast, XXL. I mean, you got a lot of heavyweights in there. And I think a majority of the people, when they're tuning into podcasts, it's either a Joe Budden podcast, Drink Champs, $1 Million. Those podcasts are really generating a lot of viewership. So for me watching it, I just didn't understand how she beat them out. I mean,
because of viewers.
Yeah, because people are, viewers. It matters. Like in this space, Joe Rogan, it matters. He's like the king of podcasts right now. So I just thought that based off of the type of interviews they have and stories, I thought maybe not even Joe Budden, maybe Drink Champs. Like they interview a lot of interesting people. Like Memphis Bleak being on that, you get to hear backstories about Jay-Z, hearing how Michael Jackson did, like, some, background vocals for a record, like things that you would have never heard before. So I found out more information from some of these other, that's just me. I just didn't see how she won it over some of these heavyweights. Not that she's not deserving. I just think that wasn't her time just yet.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm happy it was. I'm happy she got it. And I think her win doesn't take away from all the hard work that the other podcasts do, and and like their talent and their like influence.
And I think Drink Champs won last year. So
yeah, Drink Champs won last year. They did. So my thing is like, what are they basing it off of? How are they choosing to be like you win this year? Like was it
voting?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it was.
That is a question for BT and their people who do the awards. That's
because
a good question.
I'm watching the comments, and like you said, a lot of people were happy, and they were saying, "Is Shade Room, choosing the winners?"
No, for sure not.
That's a good question, and that's a question for the people that actually put the awards show together, and even because I know everyone has different criterias. I know Grammys, they go off of Billboard SoundScan, and a lot of that. I know with American Music Awards, they go off of different types of contemporary radio. Yeah, they go off of radio and streams. So everyone has their criteria. But that's a very good question.
Yeah, I think she's really talented. I would just kind of see what's the metrics. How do you even be able to choose? Because based off of that, $1 million worth of game, Joe Budden should win every year. Based off of the numbers and stuff like that. So.
I mean, and it's also too like, what as a viewer, what's your favorite podcast? And what do you like? You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, for you, it would be $1 million worth of game. Joe Budden, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else may be Drink Champs, and
I don't even really watch Joe Budden as much, but I could understand how he would win
because of the viewers.
Yeah, just right now,
what people are watching.
What's trending right now is his take off of Drake's album.
Joe is always trending.
But that's what I'm saying. Like his take just created another.
Well, she gets viral videos all the time.
Yeah, she does too.
Well, I mean, they interview big people, so it's going to be viral. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like his conversation about a specific, opinion just went crazy. Even Drake responded back to it. That's how big it got.
Yeah. Well, those two have had their tips back and forth throughout the years. For sure. Yeah. No, but I mean, it was all around. The BET Awards was a great show. I look forward to going, if it continues to be in Atlanta, the BET Hip Hop Awards. But it was great. And then, the one thing that I forgot to even mention that was really cool was they did a salute to DJs, which was really, really cool. Nice. Cool. Because it's the 50th year of hip hop. A lot of people, if you do not know, it's the 50th year anniversary, and I thought it was just so cool. Just seeing Kid Capri up there, seeing DJ Jazzy Jeff. A lot of people don't know how great DJ Jazzy Jeff is, because DJ Jazzy Jeff was always in the shadow of Fresh Prince, which is AKA Will Smith. And DJ Jazzy Jeff is one of the best to do it. DJ Holiday was there. Red Alert was there. These are some of the big time heavyweights. So I'm glad the Hip Hop Awards did that, and they spotlighted the DJs. I don't want to take away from that.
Hey, go ahead with it, because you think of what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
He did a name drop that we should just be talking about.
I mean, that was my next topic.
But, go ahead.
But what I was going to say is I'm veering off to a different path than that.
Okay.
They're saying
we're already there.
They're saying that people, older artists and older musicians are getting more play than the younger artists and the younger musicians. Like, more people are going out to their concerts and to see them, and it's really hard for like the younger artists to like get that kind of play right now. Have you guys heard that on socials at all?
I think it makes sense, because a lot of the younger artists are using older instrumentals from popular artists right
Sampling.
now. The sampling is just crazy right now.
But they're not getting any play. People are not like listening to them. They're not selling out shows like older artists are selling out shows.
Well, I think they're not selling out shows because the music, and this is my opinion, I just don't think it's as good. The quality isn't as good as it was back then. And I just think that's what it is. Like the quality, and it makes sense because
Junior said, "Step your game up."
Well, honestly, even if they wanted to step their game up, it's going to be hard for an artist to step their game up because if you want to get live instrumentation, it's going to cost money. If you want to get a drummer, somebody to play bass, guitar, that costs a lot of money versus you just getting a computer, getting like a sample or something and just doing it on your own. So the music is just going to never be, what it used to be. So they have to go backwards.
We're going in the same direction. I'm just in a different lane.
Yeah,
I think for me, what I think it is these older artists have not been seen in such a while, in a long time. So when they actually put together a show, like, for example, I went to LL Cool J show just last month. I was like, LL's doing a show? Like, I know you do CSI, my brother, but you're doing a show? You're rapping again?
Yeah.
For me, it was exciting because it brought me back to, like,
well, just like we were talking about last week, it's the nostalgia of it all.
Nostalgia.
There you go.
Nostalgia of it all.
Nostalgia.
That's why people are...
Social media is nostalgia now. Yeah. It does make sense because you have an artist that will sample an older record, and then people want to go back and hear from the other artists, and it gives them more of an opportunity to kind of be seen and heard.
Yep.
I think it's great for the artists today.
Yeah, and I mean, there's artists that actually get big off of doing their own thing without using the older generation, and then once they get their, fame, they go back and grab them up. Like the Baby.
Yeah.
I mean, because everybody went crazy when he brought out, Manny Fresh and Juvenile. Who doesn't know who they are?
I mean, think about it. Tiny Desk, when they did Juvenile, it went wild.
Back that thing up with live instruments.
How crazy was that?
I was like, I've never heard Back That Thing Up like that before. I was like, what?
I'm gonna have to look that up.
I was like, bro, how did they?
Amazing.
That was very interesting.
It was.
And then you hear Juvenile with the lyrics and stuff like that.
I think I called you.
So what?
I think I called you when I was actually watching it. Like, yo, bro, you see this?
I remember that. That's crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah, I was like, it sounds amazing, man. They did a great job.
You'll be amazed how they put that together.
You will. You got to watch it, Missy. It was really, really cool.
I'll have to watch it for sure. But you did touch on another trending topic.